That is one of the common factors, and people who are, living to 100 or close to it, is that they do have a purpose.
Yeah. You see that you worked with that population, right? Like people that were either getting old and living or getting old and dying. What did you see there?
Yeah, I think the people who really struggled with that, or who were afraid of dying, or who were lonely, were people who didn't have a sense of purpose or who hadn't leaned into that. And I think relationships also played a big focus on that too. Even people who had suffered a lot of loss didn't necessarily, I don't think that necessarily led to depression. It was more just like if they were able to find meaning, then they had a sense of purpose. And that was more of like like their inner compass.
Interesting. And that sense of purpose, where would they find that? I mean, like, were some of them just like, hey, I want to be a super involved grandparent or great grandparent, or was, some of them still working, or charity organizations? I'm just guessing at these things, but what did you see as a meaningful sense of purpose?
Some people would volunteer, family for sure. Yes, being a grandparent, having a pet or an animal, that was a huge one for a lot of my clients, their cats or their dogs. And I think those were probably the most common that I saw, or being a caregiver. And that be really hard if the parents were caregiving for passed away. Then that was a very complicated suffered.
Like your purpose ended with them almost.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's tough. Well, it's funny, like, so we're almost doing a full circle here. When they were clear on that sense of purpose, they did better, they aged better, they lived better, they're more active. And then you swing it around to when you were clear about your sense of purpose in healthcare, your health was better, your mental state was better, everything was better, right? And then when you lost that and got burnt out, guess what happens? There's all these additional issues.
Yep, because it's all connected. Our physical, emotional, mental well-being, it's all connected.
Yeah.
That even showed up physically too. I mean, my cortisol levels actually were low because they had been high for so long that my adrenals were like, bitch, we're tired. Can't do this anymore.
It's like shriveled up like raisins, like, oh, we gave everything we had.
Pretty much.
That's funny. Yeah.
So there were like a lot of physical aspects that were happening along with that too.
All right.
Thanks for tuning in to this episode of Trust Driven Insights, brought to you by TrustDrivenCare. Imagine a world where all your patient communication is in one place, seamless, effortless, and on autopilot. That's the power of Trust-Driven Care. If you're ready to streamline your practice, check out TrustDrivenCare.com and see what's possible. Trust-Driven Insights. Real conversations. Smarter care. Stronger business.